Okay, looks like we are live. Welcome everyone to this MetaMask agent wallet live stream. I'm super excited. I actually was looking forward to this live stream since Monday, since actually when we started to plan this. And we have a lot of like different things. This is not a MetaMask community call. This is not a Smart Account Kit live stream. So we really want to go through everything like agent wallet. So for the people that doesn't know, we launched the MetaMask agent wallet couple of like I would say almost like a month ago now during ETHConf and Builder Night New York. And yeah, we just have like a full let's say pre-GE work. That means like it's an early access program. We will get into kind of like the weeds a bit. But Ayush, like, how are you? Are you excited about the live stream? You want to quickly also introduce yourself?
Hi everyone, I'm Ayush. I'm working the dev team in the MetaMask. And yes, I'm excited about the live stream because like we have launched it recently, but like playing with agents, we have been like playing since like OpenClaw and before that like came out doing some trades using that. So now using like MMCLI that we have for the agent wallet, using that to do trades feels kind of surreal. It's like we built something that we actually wanted as the users, and I know like there are other users outside of the MetaMask as well who wants to play around with CLI to do like automations on like trading stuff. So pretty excited to see this.
I agree. I agree. I remember still our conversation before all this MetaMask agent wallet about which orchestrator was the best, how we are actually solving some OpenClaw memory flows and restarting getaways. It's very cool, and it's kind of like a natural evolution that when you start to actually play with orchestrator, you also wanna start to do like trade swaps. Trade perps and actually go kind of like interface less, right? And that's why like it was super exciting. Was like I could not really like be more excited like even before even the launch, because the fact that you can actually like do this specific transaction through your harness, through your cloud code, is very powerful, because as we will speak and dive deep a bit on these use cases, you are able to really like unleash also like different like stuff. You can start to actually give context, give memories, specific things around social sentiment. Like we will kind of deep dive, but it's very exciting because it's not just trading and that's it. It's actually trading with proper instruments and proper tooling. And it feel like my early days when we were doing like TA on TraderView, but I feel now it's not just technical analysis on TradingView. You have like so many other instruments that you can actually like automatize. You can play with it. So
Oh
I think it's guided, and we have a little bit less than 1 hour,
yeah,
and we will go even like further on different things. What do you want to say, Ayush?
I was saying like we missed one of the important aspect that was the security, because we have seen like when OpenClaw and others like came out,
Oh
it
yeah.
was like okay, your agent is going rogue and like sending the like transactions which are not approved. But we have something in our like agent wallet that stops it from happening, and obviously like we'll go in like deep dive like later in the stream.
Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, I mean, when we started, like, and this is a big shout out to Yash and yourself, right? You've been running a lot of these different benchmarks around different CLIs. I remember one of my first time I will actually try to automatize my trading experience. Like, I think like there was no security garlays, and I think like one of the first things I interacted with actually a malicious smart contract, and basically like the trade gone, move, gone. So actually, like we need garlays, and I think like we've been advocating for a long time. But the fact that now there are garlays around security for specific like CLIs, like the MetaMask agent wallet, is very cool. Okay, let's dive deep. So quickly introduction. We are kind of like showing you the same video just to give intro about the MetaMask agent wallet, and then one thing that we got asked multiple times in our early contributor session, right? We have this early access program where we actually accepting different like traders and founders and people actually like they want to kind of like take the trading experience to the next level with different tooling. and leveraging different the agent CLI. We got asked different times like the difference between an agent framework and agent wallet, right? And we want to also cover really the basics, right? And I think was really a good idea that Yushi brought it up. You even create a really cool kind of like infographic to kind of like understand, okay, where the game is played, so the people understand that when we're trying to speak about what is an orchestrator, what is an agent wallet, was it an agent framework itself. And I think for people also listening, I think this is a great also intro around general like agent processes and agent nomenclatures. So stay tuned. We're just going through this part also just to give a brief context. Then we also like we try to collect also different use cases that we saw from our office hours with those trader in the early access program, and also like general like use cases that we see a good fit for people to taking their trading journey to the next level. And we have also a cool slide with different like specific use case for spot, for perps, for polymarket bets. So there are different kind of like way that we want to show you what actually like different workflow, different type of use case, and it's actually quite excited because the fact that we're doing this live stream, and this is the first kind of main live stream around Agent Wallet, we really want to kind of unleash like every single use case and even build some use case in front of you. And the entire goal here, and that's what is happening the next kind of like section. Like the next section, you should bring us and try to build, let's say, I'm sure it will happen, right? So we will try to build this automation using the agent wallet. There are two main things, and then we see, but the main one that we want to show you is basically doing some perps copy trade and something more that we will announce a bit later. But this was one of the main feature that we try to get asked. There are a lot of like people monitoring different like wallet addresses and transactions, and they wanted to automatize this kind of like copy trading specific workflow. So stay tuned. Let's see. I mean, Ayush, I'm sure this will go well, right? Our last
All
live
in the
stream
demo,
is actually,
demo got hand.
yeah, demo god ends. Yes, yes, yes. No, no, I'm optimistic. Sounds good. So let's move a bit. So this is a quick video that we will show. Hopefully the sound works on what is the agent wallet in the first place, and then we dive deep a bit what it is. So, in a nutshell, Ayush, like if you need to describe the MetaMask agent wallet, like what would be the main feature? How is kind of everything started, and how is today?
So I think like it started with the Zen vision of like Zen itself is like an agentic trader, and it started with the agents not having like a proper guardrail, a proper wallet, like infrastructure. There are like others out there, but there are like missing pieces. Someone is missing pub, someone is missing the prediction market, and you don't like go around and have like multiple CLIs coming together, right? So that's how the process started of like having something for MetaMask as a wallet, right? So a MetaMask CLI that can mimic all the features we have in the MetaMask extension, so that like your agents can actually trade on your behalf, and that's how the whole story started. And I feel like one of the most cool thing I would like to say is like Zen's vision of like one-shotting everything, right? Like you are able to one-shot any kind of like Web3 interaction you want to do, like on chain, and even if like we don't support any kind of protocol, you should be able to one shot it. And I think we are like near to that, and I feel like that's one of the like cool feature I would like to say, that it's mind
Nice.
blowing that your agents can do anything now. And we when we were like checking out like other CLIs and stuff, we found out that none of the CLIs have like this the whole security guardrails, right? No, somehow like some minor like okay address whitelisting and stuff, but you need to make sure the agent is not trying to do any malicious transactions. And we have something called like in extension which is called shield, right, which protects you against like the malicious transactions by like verifying the contracts and stuff. And basically the MMCLI also has the MetaMask shield inbuilt. So every transaction that goes through the MetaMask transaction engine is been protected, is being surveyed, like that is not a malicious transaction. And if it's a malicious transaction, your agent will need to get an approval from you. So if any transaction has been flagged by us, it will ask you for approval either on the MetaMask mobile if you are using if you're logging with the QR code with MetaMask mobile, or on your email if you're logging with the Google or email option. So security at the best,
Nice.
so that your agents are in control.
Nice. Security first. Yeah, I really like this kind of like triple checks on the security level. And does it mean that you are we easy compromised on latency? Like, or what does it mean in terms of like speed in general? Like every time I execute transaction on the agent wallet side is actually quite fast. So, but I just want to ask.
It does not compromise a lot on on the speed, right? Like we are like on par with the other CLIs out there. So if you are like using any other CLI, you can like try out the MetaMask one as well. With all the securities we have inbuilt, it's basically on par with them.
Nice, nice, nice. No, that's very cool. I mean, the fact that you can give context, you can give memory, and also like kind of pre-prepped the agent before even like the transaction is happening is very cool. And I think also like the fact that these has specific guardrails. So apart security, what other like guardrails have, right? I think like it's also like supporting the smart account kit, so delegations. What else like is out there?
It does not support as of now smart accounts get. It will be added
Hmm.
in either in the phase two once we go GA with the wider
Nice.
public. But as of now, like we have like two policies, which is like call and outflow policy, which means that you can define how much amount of like transaction an agent can do on your behalf. So if you as a user have set like 10 USDC, 10 USD, basically any kind of like transaction that is like going about like 10 USD, you will need to approve it first. And basically we will be trying to add like before the GA, we'll be also trying to add like new policies around the trading, which will be applicable to Hyperliquid and the swaps and bridge. So if you are a meme trader, like if you're a meme coin trader and you want to set some policies, there will be some policies for you. So the slippage does not go out of hand while your agent is trying to purchase a meme coin during a high launch period. Similarly for the perps as well, so your agent does not like puts a leverage that makes your position liquidate so soon. So because like we have seen like agent can put a leverage of like 25x 25x on Hyperliquid as well, which we don't, which you might not want to give. You want to have a upper limit on the leverage as well. So those kind of policies will be also there before the GS. So new policies
Nice.
coming
Makes
soon
sense.
as well.
Nice, nice, nice. Oh, very cool. And thanks everyone also like for joining through the chat. So cool. Yeah, welcome, Dhruv. Yeah, feel free always to ask question. Our chat is always open, right, through all these channels that we're live streaming to. So feel free always like to jump in and ask questions. And for people joining, we're actually like going through what is actually the MetaMask agent kit, specific like use case, and kind of defining what are the guardrails, especially on the security side for the agent wallet. Sounds good. So one also like things that we mentioned before. We have this early access program. So basically, like before we're going to open completely to the general public, the MetaMask agent wallet is still on beta, meaning we're also doing batch approval, meaning like you can apply if you're a trader, you want to kind of like take kind of your journey to the next level. You're already playing out with different toolings, especially on the CLI side, could be like on different like use case. Feel free definitely like to sign up. I think we're opening another batch next week, and we are I think on batch 3, and we're also like working on different like upgrades. I think like it's quite impressive what the engineering team is shipping. I think like we are 2 weeks in. We have I think 4 new version of the CLI. So thanks to all those feedbacks, and also like I think like you should be like running the feedback wave, and there is a lot of those, and thanks also like to you, we're able to get those feedbacks englobed in the next versions.
Big shout out to the like the beta testers who have like given really useful feedback, because team has been like founding it useful and like making iterations on the like the CLI to make it more better and efficient.
Yes, it's impressive. Like I was not expecting so many active traders like testing out things and also sharing their experiences, right? And also like it's very interesting how people kind of like trading methodology is different. People just do spots, or people just do arbitrage on spots. People just do perps only with 10x leverage minimum, or people just do poly market bets, checking like the market sentiment around crypto Twitter, right? It's very interesting, and I think like that's why like we are defining right now also what are the main priority like use case that people are interested in actually like running. And if you have any examples and you want to test out things, always feel free to reach out. We are super happy, including the obviously the developer team is super happy also to get those feedbacks and inviting you on those early access. Sounds good. So let's move to kind of like the next question, Ayush. Like part of like those feedbacks was, and there are different levels of traders. You have advanced trader already doing a bunch of like TA and automation and workflows on the CLI side, testing other CLI, and then you have also like even like beginner trader, but in general like trader never even tested an orchestrator. And we always get this question: is this MetaMask agent wallet just an orchestrator? Is an agent wallet the orchestrator itself? Is MetaMask the orchestrator itself? And then we're trying to understand what is the main difference between an agent orchestrator and the MetaMask agent wallet, right? Is this what kind of like I'm getting through all the feedback? This is why we want to kind of like answer.
I think like the feedbacks you are getting were also around this line, that is MetaMask agent wallet able to find the sentiment analysis for the trading? The answer is I would say no, which again goes to the deeper question that MetaMask agent wallet is just an execution layer, right? It just basically executes everything your agent is trying to do on chain with the help of the CLI. So that's what it is. Like agent wallet gives and wallet to to the agent, has specific amount of guardrails. We have like the pre-big features into it. So if your agent wants to do like the swapping or bridging or like perps or prediction market, it does not need to write its custom piece of code or like custom scripts and then have a private key in .env file, right? That's the old way of like doing when we didn't have like the CLIs and stuff. But with the MetaMask agent wallet, your agent does not need to do this. They just use the MMCLI and it will be able to like have a wallet, set the guardrails properly, can do the bridging, perps, prediction market, whatever it needs to do. So how to differentiate it is like you might be using agent frameworks as of now. If you're in OpenClaw, if you're using Claude Code or Codex, those are basically the agent frameworks where you can interact with the LLM models like that the company is providing, or whichever like subscription you have, the companies might be providing like specific models for like the agents, right? So I would say that is basically an agent framework that basically uses like the LLM models to like give the results to you. So if you're kind of prompting anything on like on your frameworks, that is basically I would say
Yes.
is the agent framework. And then like for example I would say is you go out and say to an agent on the Cloud Code or on the Codex that, hey, I wanna do a trade of 5x it on like perps you on the ETH, but first check the news around the wars or anything around that, and find whether we should do a long or a short, right? Because we have set the leverage, we have set like which token you want to trade, but we don't know like which side to open up, right? So now
Yes.
here it's not the part of the agent wallet to find the news and like calculate, do the sentimental analysis and then do a trade. It's not the agent wallet's part. That's the part of the agent framework and the agent that you are using. So it will basically hit the like APIs of maybe Anthropic if you're using OpenClaw, if whatever like
Yes.
model you're using, will get the appropriate result. It will use in background, it will use tools to like scrape the data from the like web, either from Twitter if you have mentioned Twitter as well. It will scrap the data, it will do the sentimental analysis on that, on the data that it has, whether it's a good time to short or long. And once
Yes.
it has decided, it will also know like how much amount of each you want to short or long, right? Let's say like you have said if $10 of margin, so it will create all the parameters that needs to be used for the trading. Once it has the parameters, what it will do is it will basically invoke the CLI for you. So you don't need to like manually type okay mmcli, then do the perps and then set the like all the parameters. That will be done by the agent based on the sentimental analysis it has done for the trading. So I would say
Nice.
you as a user, then you have the agent framework, and then we have the agent wallet that basically only allows the agent to execute the transactions that it wants to
Yes.
do on the chain.
So basically, what you're describing here is the main difference between an agent framework and an agent wallet, right? And I think
Yeah,
you prep this graph here that you are excited kind of like to share. You want to kind
it's
of
a
like walk us
very
through.
yeah, it's like anything that needs brain or like needs some kind of like calculation to be done or analysis to be done, that happens all in the agent framework. So it does not happens on the agent wallet. Agent wallet is just an execution layer. So if you have already the analysis, it will use the agent wallet to execute those analysis on chain. That I would say that would be the most like the basic answer I can give and the simplest answer on how to differentiate. No brain logic in the agent wallet. Agent wallet is deterministic, so you know like what you are putting into the parameters, you will get the exact
Yes.
same thing out.
Nice, nice. No, sounds good. So, and before we're going through the use cases, right? So the question to answer is actually what the agent wallet can do at this point, right? You say it is deterministic. So what does it mean? It's basically doing actions, right? So swap, bridging, perps, prediction markets.
Yeah, it can also do the way liquidity supply and borrow as well. So it can one shot like a lot of things because we in the agent wallet we also have like sign transaction, sign eight type data, right? So these are the basic functions that a wallet has usually, right? When you use like MetaMask extension as well, it has like sign transaction. Then we have the sign type data. So any of the like on-chain transaction that happens uses this like basically RPC method to like execute the like get the signature or like either send the transaction to the chain, right? And we already have this kind of RPC methods inside the agent wallet. So even if we don't support any kind of protocol, for example, Aave, right? We don't support Aave by default in the agent wallet as a command, but we have a skill file that allows your agent to like do like supply and borrow on Aave V3 markets. So that was possible because we have the RPC methods, the RPC like inbuilt, which allows you to like sign transaction and sign and submit transaction. And if you have any kind of use cases that you wanna like, for example, Morpho, right? If you wanna do like Morpho walls or like Morpho yield, you can also do that just by using those commands.
Nice, nice. Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's super. Yeah, that's very powerful. And I think also like is speaking about the use cases, there are obviously like those four main kind of like different type of like let's say trading experiences and where kind of like tooling are playing in each category, right? Yes, the copy trading, for example, can kind of like be in every category, but there are different kind of way to also do things and different use
Yeah.
case.
And I feel like these are the basic things that you as a trader do, right? If you wanna do any kind of like meme coin purchase, it's basically a swap on chain. So you can if you know that the coin is going up or down and you wanna bet on it, you can do the pubs. Like you wanna do perpetuals, you can do pubs in the hyperliquid. If you are a person who does like a lot of prediction markets around like current or FIFA 26 or Bitcoin up or down 5 minutes, something like that, you can use the prediction market. So anything like most of the basic trader use cases are covered by default in the agent wallet, I would say. But if there is not, you can also let us know in the comments, or like you can also one shot with your agent.
Nice, nice. Sounds good. Exciting. Yeah, I think like, anything that you see, also feedback that you see, like always feel free to reach out. Okay, now we kind of like spoke a bit about those use cases already, but what are really like kind of like the things, and those are kind of the top priority in those kind of different categories. Um, any specific Ayush that you want to kind of like start discussing that you are kind of like excited about?
The favorite one is the copy trading. I'm not a good trader. My agent is not a good trader because my agent does not know like which indicators to use properly. So I rely a lot on like other people's doing trading, and I think that's why like the copy trading is one of the like cool use cases I see, where I don't need to worry about like all the analysis and stuff, even like use the agent tokens, right? Because when you do analysis, your Claude or like whichever whatever you framework you're using, it basically uses the tokens, right? And when you're doing copy trading, it does not need to worry about anything, right? It just needs to copy like what's happening like on the other wallet addresses. So it might be for like what you said, Francesco, right? It can be the same copy trading can be applied across like various domains. For example, if you want to apply it on the pubs, apply on the prediction market, apply on like the swapping for purchasing meme coins. So yeah, I would say the copy trading is one of my favorite ever use cases that you can do.
Nice. Copy trading. I'm excited also about the LP kind of the LP farming and the auto yield. I think there is a very strong also companies already building different kind of like skills and SDK for liquidity pool rebalancing, yield discovery. And I think one of the biggest kind of like question that we're getting asked is that can the agent wallet do could be price discovery, could be opportunity discoveries between specific fields, and I think the other big elephant in the room that is not focused on just trading is the X42. And with X42, of course, there is a lot of like different specific use case, like hotel booking, travel booking, flight routing, discoveries. There is a lot of flight. I think I was checking like the 20% of the flight routes are not being discovered by flight aggregators. And that's what kind of like agents are really good at, in literally like querying all the routes. And what you can do actually with the agent wallet is basically like automating those payment transactions, even paying other travel agents directly with if they're supporting X42. So I think that's super exciting.
It's like making money and then spending money as well.
That would be interesting. I mean, there are different kind of like specific use cases. Obviously, I think on the perp side, I'm kind of like a bit biased, but there is different kind of like autonomous ways. Like for example, arbitrage between different kind of like markets. We saw already different poly markets bets arbitrage opportunities, and the agent actually could really like be useful here. But also, even if you want to do very low layer workflows, right? For example, DCA has been around for like 40, 50 years in traditional like banking and wealth management, right? And even like rebalancing portfolios, I think DCA is super interesting because you can literally like say, okay, I'm just running the agent to do that. Yes, you can also answer yes, there are platforms dedicated to that, but also it would be interesting to have some specific like DCA through time ranges when, for example, there is a positive sentiment around the market. So I think these kind of like use cases are quite important. Do you see any other use case, Ayush, that kind of like you got asked or you saw as feedback that you are not mentioning here?
I think like here, like you can see in general, like all of the like use cases that we came across, the discussions and also on the X, I would say, where like people were discussing like what they want to do. So these are the like the most common use cases that we found across. And I think like one of the underrated one is the arbitrage. And I have seen like people do a lot of like arbitrage trading on the prediction market, where they find markets on Kalshi and then they find the markets on Poly Market, same, and they try to
Yes.
like see like what is the difference between them where they can put the money. The risk is like comparatively lower, and you might if you're investing a lot of like money in the prediction market, it can give you like some positive returns as well. So
Nice, nice. No, sounds good. Sounds good. Yeah, I think those use cases are super. There are some super underrated. At the end, I think like depend on also your trading kind of like journey and also like trading appetites. There are people, as we said before, right? There are people just doing purpose or people just doing spot and leveraging some of the tooling out there, right? And I think this is one point as you as single trader, but there is also like different. Different, let's say, builder that trade also leveraging like other platforms, right? We saw the guys from Codex, we saw the guys from like, there are different kind of trader platforms that you can actually like automate. And the cool thing is that with the agent wallet, you just literally like install different skills or even install some of these companies SDK, and you run the entire automation directly on the agent CLI specifically, right? I think that's super powerful. Okay, I would say let's move to the next part, the exciting part. We have like 20, a little bit less than 25 minutes. So I would say let's build an automation. So what do we want to build today as kind of like automation for this MetaMask agent key?
Yeah, one of my favorite use cases that we talked about, the copy trading on the pubs. So if
Yes.
you have any like your favorite trader that you believe like earns a lot of like positive returns on the Hyperliquid, feel free to drop them in the chat, and we can also like see if they're doing any trade recently, and we can try to copy them. But if
Nice.
not, I have my own address where I'll be basically doing the perps trading from the UI from the MetaMask extension using MetaMask extension, and then we have a different wallet on the agent wallet, and whatever I'm doing on the UI will be also like mimicked on the agent wallet, which is a different wallet itself. So that basically shows like the whole E2E flow of like how your agent wallet can be used to like do the copy trading for perps. And then if we have
Nice.
like the time left, we can also go through the DCA. But let's see like
Oh
how
yeah,
demo
yeah.
are with us.
Let's see. We can also have the second one on the second live stream on DCA. But I think copy trading is one of the biggest also like market out there, especially because the majority of for example, the builder that I know they're also trading are monitoring a lot of different addresses. Could be whale
Yeah.
addresses, money movement addresses, stable addresses. They're kind of moving. So I think actually like on the trading side, it might be useful. Okay, so it will be on Hyperliquid as far understood, right?
Yes, we can
Nice.
like prepare a flow so we understand before you even try to like vibe code it out, like vibe set it up. I would say before we do that, we need to understand like what are the components and how the flow would be in general, like how copy trading works. So I'll share my screen and then we can like go through all the
Nice.
like the base, like at least the abstract overview of how it works in general. So I hope this is visible on the screen pretty
Yes,
clearly.
we can see it.
So let's consider this is the MMCLI, the agent wallet. The CLI name is basically the binary name is the MM, so that's why it's written here MM. And then we will be also using the Hyperliquid, but here Hyperliquid will be using the WebSocket, right? Now there are multiple ways to like continuously listen to the like the balances of the other addresses. One way is to like do the API call and then do a pooling of the API calls every 5 seconds or something like that. We don't want to do that because it like basically it's not I mean say efficient to do it, because Hyperliquid already has a WebSocket, so we can connect to the WebSocket, and WebSocket is connected anytime like any trade happens on that account. It basically gives you an event to your basically CLI, and then once we get a CLI, like we get like filled event. What we kind of do is we can check whether it's a buy or basically a sell, right? That means that either it's like opening a position or closing the position, right? For if it's opening a position, we'll be also fetching the leverage for the coin, because you also need to like mimic what leverage they are putting. So if they're putting like 5x for ETH, we'll be doing 5x for ETH as well. And then we also need to make sure that we don't kind of do the same margin. For example, Francesco might have like 1 million in its like perpetual account, right? I don't have like 1 million in my perpetual account. My agent only has like the $100 or $200 as of now. So we'll be also like taking out the proportion of what Francesco is trading. For example, if Francesco is like doing 20% of his whole portfolio for the trade, we'll be also like putting 20% of our portfolio in the trade. But it's up to like you or your agent to like modify it if you want to. If you want to modify, like you can do say something like this, like you can mimic the percentage portfolio but only up to $100. So it's basically not going above the limit that you set. But here for this one, we'll be keeping it simple to the percentage of
Question.
like the portfolio.
So some people were asking, can they do paper trading too? Like when you
Yes.
do copy? Okay.
Yes. So we have like in the perpetuals, we also have like the testnet mode on the Hyperliquid. So if you ever go on the Hyperliquid, this is the Hyperliquid app.hyperliquid.xyz where you can trade, right? But there is also like the testnet mode, right? So in the testnet mode, you can basically get the faucet as well, right? And once you have the faucet, you can basically trade here. And this is not trading with the actual money, it's basically the test, I would say, the mock money that you have. And you can basically try to see if your strategies are working or not working. So even if you want to do copy trading, you want to see like the copy trading is working for you or not, you can also choose to opt for the like the testnet mode for your perps trading. So Francisco might be doing the like actual trading on the mainnet, but your agent will be like mimicking it on the testnet just to verify that okay, Francisco has a good right win to loss ratio.
Hopefully,
So
I have
yeah,
a good one.
I mean you can tell it's okay. You can also like mimic your address. So yeah, so this is what it will be doing: scale, size bar, balance, and source balance basically, and we'll use MMCLI to create the position. And once you get like the close event from the WebSocket, what it will do is like it will check whether it's a partial close or the full close, right? So you might have created a position for the ETH or like any of the token, and you want to only like close it like 50% of like the total notional value. And if it's like closing 50% of that, it will close partial. And if it is like closing the whole position, it will basically close the whole position for you. And for that, here if you see it, the whole setup is a deterministic setup, right? It's not something where your agent needs to come in and like try to do some analysis or something like that, right? Because the whole thing is just like okay, listening to the events from the WebSocket, calculating the position size and doing it. So there is no AI needed here. So that's why I'll be like using our agent to create the script for us. So even if we don't have it, it will also like save on the tokens because it will not use like any kind of like AI models to calculate anything. It will be everything just will be just pure JavaScript for us, and we'll be saving tokens as well. But underneath it, we'll be using them in CLI. So,
Exciting.
but
So,
yeah,
what
but
are we
it
using now for? What is the orchestrator setup? What is your kind of
will
go-to?
be like setting up with the Claude. So the whole
Mhm.
idea of like I won't be writing anything by my own. We have the MMCLI, we have the skills as well for MMCLI. So it'll be like setting up using the Claude itself. So that's what we said, right? Your as of now you can one shot any kind of interaction you want to do. All the use cases that we talked about, the DCA, the copy trading on like the perpetuals, copy trading on prediction market, or the yield auto balancing, this all thing can be one shotted by your either just like interacting with your agent, trying to make them understand like what is your use cases and giving them our skills, and it will be able to like create either script or skills for you to do that. So we'll be using the Claude Code for like setting this up. And here we are not using like kind of like AI model in between the whole process. But if you want, you can also plug in your like AI model, preferred AI model to like actually do analysis whether Francisco is doing the trade, right? We want to copy it, but is it a good copy or not? So maybe have an agent layer in between to make sure that sentimental analysis are also like in the favor of that copy trade. So there are multiple ways you can like edit this copy trade to be more efficient, but we'll be just doing the basic one today. So let's
Let's do
dive
it.
deep
Nice.
in.
Wait,
So the first thing
where is the
is
get started? First, do we have docs of the agent wallet? I'm kind of like trying to play how do I get started, right? If right now I'm also listening to the live stream.
so the first thing I would say is like go your place and you
Yes.
scan the QR code, fill up the form. And once you have filled up the form, we'll be sending in the invites in the batches where we'll be whitelisting your email address. Once you get the invitation for the batch, you will be having the links there. But if you just want to check it out, you can go to the quick start. Wonderful job by Yash here. Like if you go to the quick start, you can either simply give this whole quick start to the agent and let it do everything, But if not, if you want to do everything manually, we have everything for you. Your preferred, like the package installer, package manager, you can do npm install, like the global install for MetaMask agentic CLI. Once you have done that, you also need to install MetaMask skills. This agent skills will basically help your agent to figure out how to use the agentic CLI, what kind of commands we have, what kind of features we have, which chains are supported and not supported, and how to troubleshoot also the issues that you are having while interacting with the agent wallet, right? So install the skills. Once you're done that, you can either say your agent to like do the onboarding because you already have it in the skill and it will help you to onboard. But if you again want to do manually, you can do login, and you will be seeing two options to login, right? If you do login, you will be seeing either to scan with MetaMask mobile, the QR code with the MetaMask mobile, and the second option with the browser login, right? And as of now, we only support browser login. The MetaMask mobile QR will be available later in the GA release. If you do the MetaMask mobile login, you will be giving MetaMask browser login. You will be given two modes for that. You can either like use email or you can use Google. You can choose any of them. Once you're done, that's it. You will have your wallet. And if you are doing for the first time, you also do the need to do MMInit, right? This will help you to like set up the modes of the wallet and which kind of wallet you want. So we have like server wallet, we have like BYOK wallet as well. So you can select the server wallet, and then you can also set up the trading policies, you trading mode you want, right? For example, we have beast mode, and once we all have the guard mode. So the difference between beast mode and the guard mode is that guard mode has the outflow policy and the chains one as well. So it has like the restrictions on how much amount of like money can be transferred or the use by your agent, or transaction can be done by your agent. And if that outflow policy is like violated, it will also option, like it will basically ask for your approval using your email that you have used. And in the beast mode, there is no policies as such, like for the outflow policy, but it still like has like the malicious transaction detection. So if your agent is trying to do anything that is like flagged as malicious by our shield, it will basically also ask for the approval using your email you have used, right? So you can basically, we will share this in the chat, and you can check it out. And if you want to log in, if you want to like fill out the form, you can go to the metamask.io/agent wallet, or you can scan the QR code. So I think that's it. Like, Francesco, you have any other questions on how to getting started?
This was perfect. I think just follow here, but most important right now, as we are before the general public access, you can definitely like sign up directly, and we will basically like whitelist you for the next badges, assuming you do some like trading, you previously did some CLI, and I think it's quite straightforward. Let's do it. Let's install and let's see and try to copy trade. So this will be on Hyperliquid, right?
Yeah, we support Hyperliquid on the pubs as of now, so we'll be doing for that. And already like let's just create a new folder, because I want to like keep everything restricted, access restricted, right? So let's just create.
Sounds good. In the meantime, I'm sharing the quick start that you just shared, Ayush.
Yeah, and we'll just say hi to our friend Claude, right? Which agent framework do you use, Francesco? I think like I'm like way too much lean into Claude these days, Claude Code.
Yes. Yeah, I kind of also moved. I mean, Cloud Code definitely on the orchestrator side. I moved from OpenCloud to Hermes for different reasons. But yeah, specifically like yeah, Cloud Code is right now is a beast for different things.
So the idea is like we can also like see like how the basic interactions work, right? It can just be like, what is my wallet address, and let's see if we have like any balance up and running. So as you can see, it has like successfully loaded the agent skill. We'll say yes, don't ask again for MM1. We'll check the MM version, MM skills, and will get us the address if everything is good.
Hmm. See?
So it says like you are not authenticated and you need to log in first. So let's just say
Trust me, bro. You should say something like that. See what he's actually reacting.
okay, it has given us the link to log in, and I think it's
Nice.
fine. I can do it on stream, right?
Yes. Let me maybe unshare for a moment.
I think
So
there's
we just
nothing risky, but yeah.
you never know. Post the ENV kind of like things that are happening on different live stream from other people. Better to be cautious. But yeah. Let me know if I
So
can re-share it back.
yeah. So basically, we have just copy pasted the auth token and we have given to the CLI so it can complete the procedure. So that was we were saying. Either you can directly give the whole quick start to the agent and it will basically walk you through the step by step on how to log in, like help you with everything, or you can do it manually as well. But I would prefer if you go via the agent one. So you see, like now it is like logged in and it's trying to fetch my addresses. We can check. This is my address, but I don't want to use this address. I think there are other wallet addresses as well for me. And it's trying to list all the wallet addresses for me.
Can you actually do a check on, hey, can you, I don't know, the most amount of previous transaction, and just using directly transaction checkers or something like that? That might be cool.
Yeah. And I think like we are in the prod. I think I have my wallet address on dev one.
Okay.
Okay, so CLI now is set to dev, because when we were like doing all the testing, internal testing, alpha testing, my all of the funds were on the dev environment, not on the prod environment. So we will be using the dev environment. You don't need to use dev environment for your tradings. You can do the whole thing on the prod. And we'll check the wallet addresses here have the address that we need.
Nice. Okay.
Okay, it's not authenticated on the dev. And we'll log in here again on the dev as well. I think it's fine. We don't need to unshare the screen. It's completely fine.
Okay. The last words. So in theory we have 4 minutes left, but I think we can play out.
Yeah, we can like extend a little bit. It will be able to like do it quickly, I guess now. And we copy pasted the token here. It will log in and then get us the addresses. I think once we have the addresses, we can basically try to quickly do it. If not, I already had created one script earlier, which we can also show if we don't have enough time. But I want to show like you can actually one shot it.
Okay.
So you see, like I have like 6 wallet addresses here, and I want to select this one. So we can say now we have selected our wallet addresses. We can say check the perps balance, right? Because we want to do the hyperliquid trading on the perps, and it will check the perps balance. And I already have like some of the funds deposited on the perps as a part of the testing. So now we have the funds. We have $36 here, and it's a different address. If you see, this address is different compared to the compared to this one, which starts with 0x9 something, right? And it has a different funds. So what we need to do is we need to do the copy trading, right? So we can say create a and we want to use the WebSocket, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And use the portfolio percentage for the trading. And anything else? I think that's good, right? Like we just want to create a WebSocket,
That's enough.
connect to Hyperliquid account, uh, listen to the events, use the portfolio, use the MMCLI for the trades. Right?
Are you always providing links too, or you just give the
I think you should
MetaMask
be
CLI?
into it. I think I
Okay.
usually I give a lot of like context when like I'm trying to do any kind of vibe coding and stuff. I think like we did like last like this Tuesday as well, and given like the proper context and the skills. But since the CLI already has like skills installed, it should be able to figure out like which commands to use and how to use. So I think let's
see. Let's see.
Hopefully Demo God will be with us.
Yes.
Also, I'm using
Let's
the
see what is doing. Just
uh,
thinking. Is it possible to see the thinking? No.
no.
Sometimes I like Cursor because I can actually display the entire thinking process, but I don't think you can create logs for Cloud Code, right?
I mean, if you're using your own Entropic API instead of subscription, you can still like get like the more loggings into there. What is using npm init?
Oh yeah.
And let's see like what it bakes.
Why is using init in the first place?
So it has already written the code. Okay.
That was quick.
So it's saying copy trade. The config is here. Fetch account value. Then running the MMCLI commands. This is calculating the portfolio balances for ours and the source one, and then getting it properly, and then executing trade using the MMCLI. So you see, this is the commands that we take, right? So it's basically using those commands to trade it. This is for opening the position and this is for closing the position, and then it also has like the size, which is basically either it's a partial fill or the full fill, and you can see it is using the Hyperliquid WebSocket, which is this one. And using that socket, it will be able to listen any of the trades that are happening on that particular account, get the proper info, calculate the like the value it's need to be traded, and then execute using the MCLI. So we'll say yes, allow all edits. And the key feature, if you have 50%, you copy 50% of the size, fine. Replace the Hyperliquid account you want to copy. We want to copy which address? We want to copy my address for the demo purposes, but don't copy my address. I'm not a good trader.
You can copy your own address, yeah. Let's see.
Okay, source address true. we can run the script, right? I think it might have like one or two issues here and there, but let's see. Hopefully, it should not have. And we can also see in the shell. Okay, it started. Okay, let's try to do it and see if it is working or not, right? We as of now have no positions, right? And the script is running and receiving fails. However, there is an issue. The source account reported balance is 0. They may have withdrawn to spot. Causing okay, wait.
Interesting.
The script is running and receiving the fails. However, there is an issue. The source account reported balance. No, don't kill it, because let's try and trade it once and see if it works or not, right? We wanna let's
Yes.
let's say this only, right? Like let's trade BNB for 50 USDC. That would be, let's say, 60. That will be $6 margin, and then we wanna. Okay, why it is not showing me? Phew. Thing here, and also updated the script.
It's not showing, huh?
No, it also updated the script to
Yeah.
copy ratio and let's see what's happening. That's why when we don't get the logs, it's sometimes the issue. We don't know what's happening unless like we need to do, by the way, what is happening.
Because we don't have the logs for actually checking the issue, right?
It was not showing like what it is like. It was showing everything. The fix has been applied. The fix has been applied right now. It's taking too long to apply the fix though.
The other option is what, like showing the script directly, right? That you mentioned before.
Yeah, let's try once, but okay, it's like doing the fixes. The script is ready since the source is yes, run it. And we can see the calls, right? You can see it here.
Yes.
So everything is running and it's connected. Receive field, receiving fields, calculating the risk notional 59 with 59 you may set website. We also need to set to copy ratio to 0.5.
Mhm.
Notional 59 per trade within might. And meanwhile, what we'll do is we'll first close this.
Oh, you want to restart?
Yeah. Okay, so now it's listening. Let's see if anything happens. Or we can show the other script that we created earlier. By the way, it went up. So if you'd have done like the trade at proper time, it would have been better. No.
Hmm.
So your size. Yeah, ready to go live. So it worked fine, and we are ready to go live, right?
Let's do it.
So dry run worked properly. Now let's see what happens. So it said, so it's trying to like says mempubs open help. It's trying to create that. It fixed like a couple of more issues depending on the flags it needed and which symbol. So it needs to pass symbol likely not the pop one. So it's fixing all the issues that it found again. And restarting again live, and it will hopefully this time create trades and also mimic now one-on-one what we are trying to do on chain.
Let's see. Ooh,
So CLI
all good.
authenticated. Please share us your Hyperliquid addresses that you want to copy. So in the next demos, we'll try to copy other things as well. It fixed another issue. Hyperliquid fills at 3 dp precision.
Hmm.
I like it how we don't need to do anything. So it opened and closed as like we did, right? And now let's try to close it and then do another one, and let's see. Okay, closed again. Now let's do the place order. We have position open. Let's see if it opened the position actually or not.
Hmm. And Austin, by the way, yeah,
So
want to say
here
hi.
we have.
Long time no see. It's recorded and we'll be posting this on YouTube. Yeah, it's actually live stream also on both
So
YouTube and it's recorded. Sorry, go for it, Ayush.
it's working. So we have the BNB pub which it got
Ooh,
mimicked. Uh,
nice.
the size. We have the pop, right? We if we check the position, it is showing this. Now if we close, it
Ooh,
will mimic it 1 to 1. So let's close the market at market, and it closed. Now we can check the shell whether it heard, like, okay. So it also, if you see, it got the information the trade was closed for the BNB, right? That means our CLI should have also like mimicked the whole thing, the our bot, right? So we can say check again. So it said like some executions were closed, right? So if you see, it had like 0.15 BNB, right? And it closed it. It closed a lot of it, but it apparently tried to use the margin, like the percentage we talked about, right? While closing it, which is not the thing we want to kind of do, right? So
mm,
that we need to fix the CLI. But yeah, it basically tried to mimic it everything, and it also tried to mimic on the close as well while closing the position. It should have done the whole close position instead of like doing the partial one. And I think like it calculated the partial one because of the ratio size we have kept. So some improvements to be done, but it basically, if we create any kind of other like kind of trade, it will
yes.
try to mimic that one. Let's do for ETH, right? So it should listen to the ETH one and create a position for ETH. So the ETH one has been logged, and check again. So we need to like do some fixes on the close one, but I think like we nailed it, like the whole like the copy thing.
Nice.
So
I
now we have
actually
ETH on as well,
really.
right? So,
Oh yeah, it's on long. Nice. Based on the so basically our copy trading. Yeah, another account. That's very cool. I think
yeah.
like the next level will be that you are basically. I know people monitoring. I don't know 100 accounts, so you actually see what's the probability on the highest priority on the top account that you're monitoring, and kind of copy trading directly this one.
And there's a
That would be cool.
leaderboard as well. But we are not just not sure that they would be doing the trading right now. So that's why we did with our addresses,
Yep.
just to make sure like how it works
Yes.
E2E.
Well, you can build triggers, right? In theory, triggers
Yeah.
on the top leaderboard, and also like
This can like
verify them with
improve
socials.
on a lot of cases. Like we talked about, we know like one of the issues here is like one of the closing one. The closing one is to be like not having the like the ratio one. So it closes the whole position if the market is closed. It is closed in that market. So that is the one thing. And then as you said, like right, like use the hyperliquid leaderboard to make sure that the trades you are doing is correct. You can also like copy the addresses from the walls. So there are like pretty good walls who does the like the fund management and trading, right? Like this one, you can just copy their address and basically try to mimic them. And if you want to like do any other kind of like additional in like sentimental analysis, you can also like add the agent layer in between, so it listens to the addresses that have been doing trading actively on hyperliquid, get the events fired, and then it does not directly like execute the trades. It will use the agent in between to make sure the trade that they have done is actually correct according to your trading, what do you say, trading rule book that you have.
Yeah, yeah, that would be cool.
So yeah, that's how now we have a copy trading bot for us that is using the agent wallet and mimicking the
Very
users
cool.
on Hyperliquid.
I think, yeah, I think that was a really cool example in under like, in under 1 hour, and people actually can check it out. And we should also
We did it
share some of those
in
links.
like 15 minutes, right? We did it like in the
Yes,
last segment
true.
within the 15 minutes of
Yeah.
the
20,
call. So
20, yeah, 20 minutes. There you are. Yeah. That's very cool. No, well done, Ayush. And I think like then I mean, also taking this to the next level is monitoring accounts, triggering accounts for specific like copy trade setups, and even cross checking with like social sentiment. That would be a kind of like cool. And this is automated, right?
yeah,
No, sounds good. Thanks so much. Yeah, thanks so much also for everyone listening. I think that was a quick first live stream on what you can do and how powerful is the MetaMask agent wallet, and what you can build around it. And thanks for bearing with us also on the use cases. Of use cases, there are different things that we definitely want to show next. We will definitely start also with more use cases on next. And maybe we will show DCA, how to actually leverage MetaMask agent wallet to do some DCA for you. And
we just
and
like
yeah,
also publish the script on the GitHub. So like if anyone wants to like try it out, they can also like try it
yes,
out. I'll
good
like
idea.
fix the script for the closing one and maybe put it out in the wild and
Yeah,
see.
sounds good. Sounds good. Awesome. Perfect. Yeah, thanks so much, Ayush. Pleasure. Thanks so much for everyone listening. And yeah, to the next time. So we're running multiple things in the same time. There is a lot of office hours for the Asian Wallet beta tester and the early access program. Yeah, in the same time, we have also like our MetaMask community call coming up soon, where we're sharing a bunch of things. And yeah, and we'll keep going with those mixed technical trader live stream, so everybody's learning, so that you can ask more question, and just getting started in your kind of like
Awesome. I think like Francesco's internet might have like
advanced trading experiences. Oh, it's getting a bit
yeah,
choppy.
you were stuck in between. So
Nice.
yeah,
Nice.
it got like stuck in between. So I think thank you so much for like having me, Francesco, and it was like wonderful, like seeing like building all this thing live in front of the audience and seeing it work. So full demo gods were with us today. Looking forward to the other
Yes.
streams as well.
Hey, 2 times in a row, eh? I think let's see the third time how this will be. Awesome.
Let's not
Thanks,
jinx it.
everyone.